Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Cathy and I'm a Hospice Simcoe volunteer. I spend time with families and children who know someone who either has a serious illness, is dying, or maybe has already died. We talk about thoughts and feelings and emotions. Sometimes these things are really hard to talk about and it makes us sad. But at hospice, we have great activities and games and books that we use to help us make these conversations a little bit easier. I'm going to share some of those with you today. Are you ready? Hi, I've got a really fun book to read with you today. It's called Moody Cow Meditates, and it's by Kerry MacLean. My name is Moody Cow. It used to be Peter, but now it's Moody Cow. It all started one stupid rotten day when everything went wrong. First, I had a bad dream. A very bad dream, which involved a giant three-eyed alien. What a rotten way to wake up. I wanted to find my mom and tell her about the giant three-eyed alien, but I couldn't find her anywhere. So I admit I was in a bad mood to begin with. Then I couldn't find my skateboard. Turned out my sister had borrowed it. Daisy, stop drawing on my skateboard. Okay, maybe I overreacted when I pulled her tail, but it was a brand new skateboard. So then Daisy had to get me back by tripping me on the stairs. What a monster. That made me mad, so mad that I cut her doll's hair off on purpose. Of course, I got in trouble for that, which made me miss the bus. I had to ride my bike all the way to school in the snow. That made me really mad. On the way home from school, I hit a snowbank and scraped my knee. There was blood everywhere. The rest of the way, I couldn't stop thinking about how my rotten day was really Daisy's fault. She put me in a bad mood by drawing on my new skateboard. Or maybe it was the giant three-eyed alien's fault for giving me bad dreams. Whatever. I was so mad I couldn't see straight. And when I turned into our driveway, I crashed right into my dad's truck. Well, you can understand that with a bloody knee and a banged up nose, I was madder than ever. I was super mad. And then I did something crazy. I picked up my baseball and threw it right through the window. On purpose! Unfortunately, my mom saw the whole thing. What on earth do you think you're doing? She yelled. Have you lost your mind? She came outside, took one look at my super mad, rotten day face, and I guess she felt sorry for me. Aw, are you a little moody cow? Of course, my sister Daisy heard her say that. She started shouting, Moody Cow, Peter is a moody cow. The next thing I knew, all the kids in the neighborhood joined in. We need grandfather, Mom said, and picked up the phone. Pretty soon, my grandfather was sitting in the sunroom on a meditation cushion. I got to sit on one too. I hear they're calling you Moody Cow, Grandfather said and smiled. I couldn't help smiling back, just a little. I guess Moody Cow was kind of a funny name. See this, he asked, as he pointed to a jar of water. This is your mind, he said. And these, he held out a little dish of sparkles, are your angry thoughts. That, I said, is a jar of water, and those are Daisy's fairy dust sparkles. Come on, Mr. Moody Cow, work with me here. Now, what we're going to do is put in a pinch of sparkles for every angry thought you have. Then we're going to sit here until they all settle down to the bottom. By the time the water is clear again, your anger will have all settled down too. It won't work, I told him. Let's just see, he said. I took a pinch of sparkles and dropped it into the water. Which angry thought is that? Grandfather asked. That's the three-eyed alien. It tried to gobble me up last night. Oh, I see. Rotten way to start the day. Okay, what else? I put in another pinch for the next angry thought. This is me having to clean the toilet for a whole month for breaking the window. I hate cleaning the toilet. Me too. What else? I put in one more pinch of sparkles and said, this is Daisy drawing on my brand new skateboard with a marker. Oh dear, she did that? Grandfather sighed. Okay, what else? This pinch is when I missed the bus and had to ride my bike to school. In the snow. You can ride a bike through snow, Grandfather asked. I have good tires. Anything else? On my way home, I scraped my knee, and I was so mad I crashed into Dad's truck. I think I broke my nose. Ouch, Grandfather said. That must have hurt. It did. Then I picked up my baseball and threw it through the window on purpose. Wow, you should put in a double pinch for that one. I guess you really did have a Moody Cow day. I sure did. Is that all? Grandfather asked. Yeah, but it's a lot. It sure is. Grandfather put the lid on the jar and shook it up real good. This jar is like your mind right now. Angry thoughts bouncing around all over the place. Now let's see what happens when you let your angry thoughts settle down, Grandfather said, putting the mind jar down in front of me. Just sit quietly and see what happens. I sat up real straight, and then I got to ring the gong. Bong! I sat watching all my angry thoughts swirl around like crazy in the jar. A few thoughts slowed down and sank to the bottom, then a few more, and a few more. It was so still, I could feel my heart beating. It was so quiet, I could hear my breath going in and out, in and out. I felt a ray of golden sunshine coming through the window. It warmed my back and started to melt away the last of my anger. Ah. Finally, Grandfather rang the gong to end the meditation. He leaned over to whisper in my ear. Okay, this part's important. Don't move till you can't hear the sound of the gong anymore. I cocked my head, listening closely. Bong! The ringing got softer and softer and softer until I couldn't hear it at all. Grandfather smiled and held up the jar. Well, look at this. All the sparkles have settled down, he said. And my angry thoughts have too, I said. I mean, I guess if I think about it, I could get mad again. That's probably true, he said. But we had to work pretty hard to settle them down. Let's not stir them all up again. I laughed for the first time that day. That thing is cool, I said. Can I keep it? Sure, said Grandfather. He smiled and handed me the jar and the dish of sparkles. A few minutes each day helps keep the Moody Cow away. I laughed again. Thanks, Grandfather. Can we do this again tomorrow? Of course. Let's try to do this together every day. I went to my room and put the mind jar by my bed, just in case the three-eyed alien ever comes back. Now it's been 2 whole weeks, and I haven't had one Moody Cow day. But I've decided to keep the name anyway. I kind of like it. The end. I hope you like reading Moody Cow with me. We're going to make our very own mind jar. Meet me at the activity table. Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed reading Moody Cow with me. I'm going to show you how to make your very own mind jar, just like Grandfather helped Moody Cow make in the book. So this is what mine looks like. I'm shaking it up so you can see everything swirling around in there, just like Moody Cow's did. And it's really easy to make, so I'm going to show you, okay? All you need is a small glass jar with a good lid. You want to make sure that the lid works really well so that the water doesn't come out. And then you need some clear glue and some water. And then you need glitter or sparkles, or glitter and sparkles, whatever you want. We'll be putting those in to represent our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions. So we'll be putting those into the jar. And then I've just got a few things that we can use to decorate the jar. So if we want to put the ribbon around it, or I put a little label on the top of mine, or you could use stickers or anything you like to make it your very own mind jar. And I've called mine a feelings jar. Sometimes they're called feelings jars, or they're called emotions jars, or mind jars. It's all the same thing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to put some glue, some clear glue, into the jar. So for this size of jar, I figured out that we needed about 1/4 cup of clear glue. If you don't use enough glue, the glitter is just going to fall right to the bottom as soon as you put it in and shake it up. And if you use too much glue, it's going to take forever for it to fall to the bottom. So for this size, I've tried it out a whole bunch of times, and 1/4 cup seems to be perfect. So we've put that in there. Then I'm going to fill up the rest of the jar just with water, regular tap water. So I'm going to put that in, leaving a little bit of room at the top, about that much. So I didn't use quite all of it, but just almost to the top. Okay. And then I'm just going to give it a quick little stir around, just to stir the glue into the water. It'll get a little bit cloudy. You just want to mix that up. Okay. Now it's time for the glitter. This is the fun part. Okay, scissors. I needed scissors, and there they are. So I'm going to open up my glitter. And I picked a few colors, 2 colors of glitter, and then I've got a bigger one that has star sequins that I kind of like too, so I'm going to put some of those in. So let's start with this one. So I'm going to put in a pinch for, well, if you were my friend and you were coming to hospice, you might put a pinch in because you felt sad that someone that you love is dying or has died. And then you might put in a little pinch of this one because you also feel angry, because you don't understand why this is happening. This is something that makes us angry. But even when we feel all of these things, sometimes we feel happy too. So I'm going to put in these little stars for happy, because it's okay that we feel all of these different things at the same time. So maybe put another little pinch of this one in, a little bit more. So that's all we do. We put in as much glitter as you want, as much or as little as you want. And then you put the lid on. Make sure it's really tight, remember, so we don't have water spraying around all over. And then we're going to shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Sometimes some of the glitter is going to get stuck in the glue at the bottom, so you kind of have to shake it up and down, and you have to shake it side to side. Then you shake it up. I hope you can see that. All the glitter and sequins are swirling around inside the jar, just like the emotions and thoughts that we have that get swirling around in our mind. And then when we sit for a little while with it, we'll see all of those things settle, just like our thoughts and emotions. So that takes a little bit of time, which is good, because we want to take some time to do that when we're working through all of those feelings. So in the meantime, we can do a couple little things just to decorate our jar. And this is all just optional. You can do whatever you want. I like to tie a little bow around my jar. Sometimes I make them with stickers and put stickers on the side. Sometimes I like to put a little label on the top so that everyone knows what it is. So I just cut out a little circle of paper and I put that on the top. So I want everyone to know that this is my mind jar. These are my thoughts and feelings in here. And I'll just write on top, my mind jar. So that's as easy as it is to make a mind jar, an emotions jar, a feelings jar. So when you're feeling all kinds of different things swirling around inside of you, you can take a minute with your jar, shake it all up so that it looks just how you feel, all mixed up, muddled up. And then if you just sit with it for a little while and just sit quietly, and you could play some music, or you could just sit by yourself or with someone you love and just take some deep breaths maybe. You can just wait while those little sparkles and glitters settle down. And maybe if you just concentrate on that, you'll find that those feelings settle down as well, and you don't feel so angry or upset or confused. So I hope you'll have fun making your own memory jar, emotions jar, mind jar, and we'll see you really soon.